What's up guys, welcome back to another Epic 7 video. Today we'll be making a guide slash review on Spirit Celine, and I'll talk about the characters she's good against in RTA and Guild War and her kit as well as just her design in general. Please like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Let's go over her kit first. Her S1 is called Mighty Strike. It attacks the enemy with a sheath, and when the skill is used, if it's not triggered by a dual attack, and the caster has a buff, it uses Nimble Sword instead. So Nimble Sword gives herself attack buff for one turn and attacks the enemy and heals her. And this also penetrates the target defense by 50%, and it can't trigger a dual attack. The Soul Burn grants it extra turn, so you can just Soul Burn spam S1s, and that will lower your S3 cooldown, and then you can S3 again, which I'll talk about later. And yeah, this basically is an insane, like, it does so much damage paired with her like new EE. Basically, when you soul burn for the first time, it increases the damage dealt by 50%, and she gets a free soul burn. So a lot of times people use her. In RTA, she just basically solos a lot of people, right? You just spam soul burns, one shot everything one by one. S3 revive all your dead allies, give them immortality, and it dispels them, and it grants possession to Spirit Celine. So what this does is it increases her attack, and then if she gets crit, she's going to counter attack. And because possession counts as a buff, when she gets crit and has possession, it's going to activate Nimble Sword, which will grant her attack buff, and well, it just does insane damage and heals. Her S2 is like what we call a cockroach passive, so this one's called Sixth Sense, and when she's attacked, she cannot take more than 51% of her max health in one hit. So yeah, basically it takes like more than one hit to kill her, and well, this doesn't account for like splash damage or fixed damage. So if you hit her with like 3F or like Rocket Punch Gauntlet or like anything else that does like fixed damage, like Yenya, she'll die. But for like regular hits, yeah, you need multiple hits to kill her. And also another OP thing is like when any character on your team or the enemy team dies, it decreases skill cooldowns by one turn and you gain 5 souls. So you can imagine, like, your team dies, you just gain a bunch of souls, your S3 cooldown gets reset, you soul burn S1, your S3 is back up, you revive them again, and it's just very obnoxious to play against. And also, her imprint is self crit chance, which is like the most OP, most gear score you can get as a self imprint, so that's also really good. I'm missing a few, but eventually I'll get her SSS. Some other good options to pair with would be like any characters that can buff her. So even without taking a turn, like let's say you can bring like any character with a prot set, that'll give her a barrier on the first turn, and you can just soul burn S1 instead of S3ing first. So yeah. So let's talk about her build. I mean, there's like in RTA, I mean, you either build her like pretty fast with a lot of damage, or I've seen some people go like 310 speed Spirit Celine and just soul burn nuke something. I got that's really like gear limited, so I just have this 270 speed, 280 speed-ish, and yeah, she does insane damage. Artifacts you could run Summer Photogenic, which is really good when you're fighting Lady. If it's maxed, you ignore damage sharing effects. So you just when they pick Lady or something, or you're fighting Lady in Guild War and you have a max Photogenic, you just soul burn, boom, one shot the unit in the back. Other good artifacts are like Wind Rider. When you kill someone, you get stealthed, and also Alexa's Basket. I've seen people use that for just like greater attack buff. Yes, her uses in Guild War include bring her into like any dark units that crit. So back in the day, you could bring her into like ML Hua when they're in the defenses. She would like S1 or S3 Spirit Celine, and since you have Cockroach passive, you don't get one shot, and then you would just counter attack back, one shot her, heal back to full. She works pretty well into any non-debuffers and any dark units that crit, or if they have like some character that can like AoE crit you, that also works just fine. Lastly, I'll talk about the design of Spirit Celine. I think like kit-wise, she's one of the strongest characters in the game. Maybe it's a little bit too overpowered, but character design-wise, she's also really cool. I really like how there's accents on her like cloak and stuff. Her sword's giving like spirit vibes, It's just really cool, and I think characters with gray hair are really cool as well. So honestly, 10 on 10 design, and the skin makes it even cooler with this theme. But yeah, thanks for watching.